Hello, and I'm here to review the Fitbit Charge 2. And yeah, so I got this on. Oh, I've got it upside down. That's not very helpful, is it? So I've got this Fitbit. I bought this Fitbit, a week ago from Curry's PC World. It was on offer in the January sales for about £109. I think it still is on offer till the end of the month. And I thought, as an introduction to myself, I'm quite a sporty person. I do a lot of tennis, badminton, cycling. I play American flag football, and quite a bit of running as well. So for me, I was looking for something that would track all of those sorts of things. I've got Strava and all those types of apps on my phone, and I've got a Garmin, quite an old Garmin bike computer that tracks some of my rides and things like that. So I thought that the Fitbit would sort of fit the gap in my life really in terms of tracking things, and also having to do it without having to constantly flick through my phone and record things and drain battery life and things like that. So just a quick introduction then to some of the features. So you've got your home screen there, which gives you sort of the time of the day, the amount of steps you've done. I haven't done a lot today. I've been a bit of a couch potato, and obviously there I'm dead. My heart rate, I have none. It's not on my wrist today. And essentially, you can then tap. Well, this is one of the crap features of this. So you can then tap. You can see there, it takes a bit of a tap to get the other settings up, and that's one of the downsides of this. Really, is that the tap feature on this I find a bit clunky, but you get used to it. So I've had it for just over a week, and what do I think of it? Well, what do I think really? I mean, I think the display could be improved. I mean, you can see it's quite digital still and a bit old school. I think that has got some way to go. I think some of the elements of it, I've been wearing it for a week now, and obviously there's a sleep tracker as well. You have it on your wrist, and my wrist feels a bit numb really, and a bit sore where it's been on my wrist for quite a while. So actually doing this video, it's quite nice to take it off and just to get a break from it really. But I think that's something you get used to. It's maybe something that other Fitbit users have experienced, but I don't really know. One of the things that I think is really good is the different amount of sort of exercise recording settings. So you can go for a run, and again I'll have to do the stupid tap thing, but you can do weights workouts. You see again that tap feature has been a bit of a pitch, to be honest. And then you can go through all these different types of settings, and then, for example, if I go back to a run, if I can ever get there, you can hold down the button to record. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't look particularly fancy, but while you're running, you don't really have time to check your watch. You don't really want to be checking it every so often. And one of the selling features of this, when I looked at it and researched it, was that you've got what's called connected GPS. So you can connect your phone via Bluetooth, and essentially the Fitbit uses the GPS signal on your phone to track where you've been running. But the downside, and what they don't really tell you, is that you've got to keep your smartphone on you in order for that to work, which is a real bummer really, because as well as having that watch and carrying your smartphone while you're running, unless you've got a case on your arm, even then it's a bit frustrating. When I go running, I don't like to carry a lot with me at all. I have my iPod Nano there that's got Bluetooth and Bluetooth headphones to avoid any headphones falling out of my ears and things like that. I don't really like carrying a clunky smartphone with me. So that's a little bit frustrating really. But for bike rides and things like that, I do quite a bit of cycling. That's been really good. Some people have said it takes a while for the connected GPS to upload your workouts to Strava, and actually it's quite a simple way to connect your Strava account to your Fitbit account. And on the topic of the Fitbit account, the Fitbit app, is that I think that's a really good bit of software as well. Very simple to use. You simply turn on your Bluetooth, scroll the app up when you're on the home screen to update and sync to your Fitbit. And this, very quick to upload, and it gives you all the data you want, the amount of steps you've done, calories, and all that type of thing as well. So a really good sort of set of data there. and also for your sleep as well. I've tried this sleeping. It measures how restless you are overnight, how many times you've turned over, maybe even woke up during the night. So yeah, some good features there. But I have to say, I'm not overly impressed by the whole Fitbit. The connected GPS thing winds me up a bit. I think for a device that costs, well, recommended retail price about £130, it should have GPS on there, really. Bearing in mind all the devices and smartphones you can buy now where GPS comes as standard, I think it's a bit of a downfall rather. The other thing that frustrates me as well is I think it would be quite nice as well for this to carry music, or to be able to link to your Spotify and download a few tracks to put on here. I think in this day and age it would be really nice to just be able to, when you're going for a run or a cycle, to throw away your smartphone and, well, not literally, you probably want to keep that, but to put it to one side and be able to put in a Bluetooth headset, listen to a bit of music while you're on the go, whether you're running, cycling, cliff diving, javelin throwing, all that type of thing. So it would be really nice to just be able to do a lot more with the Fitbit. I feel like there's a lot of limitations with it. The heart rate thing is quite cool. A lot of the reviews said that the heart rate doesn't really track your heart rate too well in the sort of higher heart rate zone, so like 120 beats per minute plus, those intense exercise sessions. It's not very good at tracking that. I wouldn't be able to tell, to be honest with you. I mean, you've got to kind of take your word for it. I mean, if you feel like you're about to die and you've got palpitations or something, and it's telling you you've got 60 beats per minute, then yeah, something's not right. But I don't know how people have worked that out, to be honest, unless you've got another heart rate monitor, a chest strap or something like that to compare it against. So, I mean, unless you're really, wanting to create a massive Excel spreadsheet about the whole thing, I wouldn't worry too much. I think it gives quite an accurate representation myself. But I really think it's really missing that opportunity to be able to put like music or link with other apps and things like Spotify. I keep going on about Spotify, but even if you could just put a few MP3 tracks on there and be able to sort of Bluetooth them to a headset, I think that'd be really beneficial. I don't really like the design, to be honest. I've worn it on my wrist for a few days and I miss the sort of classic look of my watch. That I've got a nice Fossil watch that I normally wear, and it's missing that sense of classy style. This just looks a bit too modern and gimmicky, and I feel like a bit of an Apple iWatch twat. But it'll do. You can see as well, it's got some cool flashy sort of like green lights. I don't know if you can see the flashing on there, but that's constantly flashing, and that's what monitors your heart rate. Apparently that's the same bit of technology that was in the original Fitbit HR. So that's my review. I'd say the bit where I was saying that it's uncomfortable, you get these, I think it's this sort of part of the clip-in is where it kind of wears against your wrist a bit. Apparently you can buy different straps and you can take this whole thing apart. I'm not going to do it now because it's too fiddly, but you can take the watch straps apart and you can buy new ones, but I don't know why you'd want to do that, to be honest. If you break the straps or whatever, you can buy replacements for £5 on eBay or something like that. And actually, the watch straps themselves are quite nice, and also it's splash proof, but not waterproof. So they've got a different Fitbit, I think it's called the Alta or something, in the Fitbit range that you can go swimming with. And I'm thinking, well, why don't you just make this waterproof? If you're going to make one waterproof, why not make them all waterproof? But hey ho, that's the way it goes. And also, the connected GPS, I know I've touched on that. That is a bit frustrating. It would be really nice to be able to do that. And I know Fitbit do one with GPS included, but that's too expensive and out of most people's price range. So I think it could do a lot more, but I am impressed. I think I need another week with it to see if I'm really, really satisfied with it. But yeah, I think if I had to give this a rating out of 5, I'd give it 3.5 stars. Mostly because it's got a lot to live up to. There's a lot of competition out there, and I don't think it quite matches the expectations that I had, and quite a lot of people should have, really. But yeah, that's an honest review, and I guess it'd be good to hear your comments to see what you think if you've recently got a Fitbit, and want to share your thoughts on it. If you think differently, if you think it's like the best thing that's hit this planet, then let me know. It'd be interesting to see what people think about it. Anyway, yeah, that's me, and yeah, good speaking to you.